Hello everyone, Jamarcus here, and I'm here after a week break because there were play-ins for quarterfinals of heavyweight and middleweight. I'll just do both in one video here since both games have been played. Um, so it's win or die quarterfinals, and because I was in the top four of both divisions, I was second in Ubers here and third in middleweight. I got to select my opponent. So for Ubers, I decided to pick Clevin. My options were some rematches that I didn't like or a really terrible matchup for me. So I thought my matchup into Koraidon would be my best bet when I have no Dragon Resist. With that being said, I think I can handle it. Just gotta be careful with it. Um, I have Scarf Bundle, I'm bringing that, which is gonna be faster. It doesn't quite kill with Ice Beam, but it does good enough where I can pick it off with helmet damage or a bit of priority, even though it resists all my priority. But I'm hoping I can deal with it. Lunala is also a huge threat. My only resist to that thing is the Samurott, and it very much has coverage for me in Moonblast, Thunderbolt, Thunder, or Focus Blast. But hopefully we can manage that thing as well. With that being said, for my team, I think there's also some threats. I think Quaquaval can definitely sweep. Um, Unfortunately, they have really good Kyogre switch-ins. They have a Koraidon, which gets rid of my rain and resists water, so it takes the water removes very well. They also have one of the only 4 times water resists in Walking Wake. So Kyogre kind of sucks here, to be honest. I'm using it more as a defensive mon to like trade against something rather than a sweeper or a breaker like I have been most weeks. Let's just take a look at the team I'm bringing though. First up is my Wincon in a very peculiar Palafin set. I'm double dance, agility, bulk up, because after an agility, I'm faster than the whole team. I'm faster than I think was a Scarf Koraidon only trying to outspeed Palafin. Um, I think is what my speed is for. Because if they bring Scarf Koraidon or like any Koraidon, they really only need speed for Palafin. So I should be outspeeding +1 Koraidon after an agility. Then I bulk up if I need it. I don't necessarily think I'll be clicking that all the time though. Agility is much more important. And then I have Citrus Berry to keep me a bit healthy, but more importantly to activate Acrobatics, which they don't really resist at all, besides Luxray. Acrobatics is my strongest move into Koraidon, hits a lot neutrally, and then I have Throat Chop just so I can kill Lunala if I haven't broken its multi-scale, because I didn't really think I needed coverage for anything else. That means I'm clicking Throat Chop into a Luxray, but I think it'll be okay. I thought it was more important to have a move for Lunala than Luxray. Next up, Scarf Bundle, really boring set, just double ice move. I need Freeze Dry for Walking Awake here. And Hydro Pump's there. If like Koraidon's dead, then Hydro Pump can be really nice, especially for like revenge killing Lunala. That extra bit of damage is really helpful. Then Flip Turn, because I figured I didn't need Encore. And that's really the only other move I would consider running on this guy. Next up, Samurott, pretty spadaf. I have Air Slash for Koraidon. It's actually boosted by Sharpness, so it sometimes 2-hit KOs. It's not great damage, but if I'm in a situation where I need to do damage to it so that I can't set up for free, then I can do that. Because let's say I hard switch into Bundle, which is a really awkward play to make in front of Koraidon, because that's my way of revenge killing it. So if I can Air Slash it and force it to not get 2 Scale Shot boosts, although Scale Shot probably just kills me anyways, then I can just revenge kill it with Bundle. Otherwise, I have Aqua Cutter, which in hindsight I probably didn't even need. It really is just there to hit Chi-Yu, because this is my Chi-Yu switch-in as well as my Lunala switch-in. Not that it can beat both, but it can beat one, hopefully. And then Caesar's Edge, spikes are really good this matchup. It hits literally everything on their team. And then I have Sucker Punch as well to help against like a setup Lunala or maybe Walking Wake. Next up, Max Fizdef AV Kyogre pretty much trades into everything on the team except for like Pheasantipity under Sun. Although I do have Heavy Slam for Pheasantipity, so even then I should be beating them. But yeah, just have Surf, Ice Beam, Thunder, standard moveset, hits the team pretty well. I also faced an AV Walking Wake and Mox, which kind of stuffed this thing as well. although they didn't do much damage back, so it was kind of just 5 turns of clicking Ice Beam into it. Next up, Max Fizz Def Toxapex. This is my Koraidon answer. If I switch in as a Swords Dance and I Terra Fairy, I live any hit except for Flare Blitz, which if you bring Flare Blitz into the Mono Water team, good bring. Or Heavy Slam, which again, if you bring Heavy Slam, good bring. Obviously it beats Terra Fairy Toxapex, but doesn't beat anything else. But you probably have the move pool for it, to be honest, because you only need Scale Shot, Fighting Move, and coverage for Terra Fairy Pex. Maybe you want sub, but I don't know. Anyway, that's Pex. I have Terra Blast Fairy, hits the whole team pretty well, mostly for Koraidon, but also like does decent damage to Lilligant and Walking Wake. Then Rain Dance to get rid of Koraidon's Sun, Haze to get rid of Swords Dance and Scale Shot boosts, and Recover to stay healthy. My plan against Koraidon is always click Terra Blast because Koraidon learns Taunt, and I don't want to lose a turn for nothing. I have Eject button because my plan is to lead Palafin no matter what, and then just switch into Toxapex, get the Eject button off, regen off whatever damage I took, and have some momentum. Although if they lead something like Lunala or Chiyu, I would switch into Samurai instead. And then last up, Quaquaval. I didn't really have a great set to bring this week. I wasn't doing quite enough damage to Koraidon if I was bringing like Aqua Step and Close Combat stuff. I don't think I can Swords Dance on anything, really. So I brought Endure Custap with a Reversal. This pretty much gives me an out against anything. Endure puts me down at 1 HP, no matter what health or what damage or what move I take, as long as I don't get like Toxic Chained or Burnt. And then I just have a 200 base power stab move with priority, which pretty much kills the entire team, except for Fezzidipity and Lunala, and Typhlosion, who I don't think is showing up. I do have Aqua Step if I'm in a position where I can get that priority Aqua Step, kill something, and then I still have my Reversal in the back. But this is mostly just for a one-time out against a Koraidon like out of hand, or maybe a Lilligant. I have Knockoff too for Lunala. That's the team I'm bringing. I feel decent about the matchup. As long as I play a bit safe in front of Koraidon, I think I've got it. What do I expect to see? Koraidon Lunala for sure. Walking Wake for sure. It's a great water resist. Lilligant, I don't see why you wouldn't bring it. And then 2 of Fezandipity, Toadscruel, and Luxray. I really don't think Chi is showing up. It's terrible into Kyogre. So much water priority just kills it. And also Samurott Quaquaval resists the dual stab, and even Terra Fairy Pex under Rain gives it a really hard time as well. So what do we see? We see no Chiyu, not surprising. We do see Luxray and Toadscruel, so no Fezandipity, which is really nice. It's really the only thing that wanted to take on Quaquaval, because Fezandipity under Sun pretty much walls my Quaquaval. So it's nice to not see it. It also means no poison happening on my Quaquaval, and it means I don't really have to go hard Toxapex on it. So I'm leading Palafin no matter what. Yeah, we see a Luxray lead. And importantly, we don't see Intimidate, so this thing is Guts, unless you're bringing Rivalry, which would be crazy. I'm going to go hard Toxapex here. Obviously, this is a huge threat. Electric Move just 2-hit KOs my entire team, but I don't have much of another play. I'm not going to sack my win condition. So we go hard Toxapex as they Trailblaze, which is kind of bad for me. Had they just Wild Charged, sure, I would have taken 50-60%, but then I would have regen most of that off and could have just gone into Kyogre and killed them with Surf. But because they're Trailblaze, I switch out and now they're faster than my Kyogre, and now I have to take like 80 to 90% of my Kyogre, or more like dying because they are Guts. Playmore, as you'll see here. Yeah, so everything on my team dies to this electric move now, besides Pex, who I think barely lives. And if I can Terra, I could live too. So I need to get back into my Toxapex somehow, but I don't want to switch into it here because I'll just get 2-hit KO'd by the electric move. I also need to get damage on this so I can kill it with Sucker Punch, because at this point it's looking really bad. I do have Quaquaval as an out, but if they have Quick Attack, my Custap Berry will just not work. So I'm expecting Trailblaze, electric move, maybe Facade for Swampert if you don't want to Trailblaze it. And then Quick Attack, or maybe Roar, I don't know. So I'm just getting Ice Beam damage on it, sacking my bundle. There's really not much else I could do. My other option is Sucker Punch it first, and then kill it with Ice Beam, saving bundle. but I think my Samurott is more important in this game than Bundle. I think I have other outs against Koraidon, such as my Quaquaval and even Palafin can kind of set up on it. I can take one hit, agility, now I'm faster, and kill with acrobatics. So I'm willing to sack my bundle here and I just click Ice Beam. I didn't want to click Hydro Pump, risking a miss, and Ice Beam just also hits their entire team neutrally if they switch for some reason. But my opponent goes for Trailblaze again, which is kind of best case scenario for me. Because at this point, okay, now I'm in range of Trailblaze, there's no reason to click your electric move and either take recoil or risk missing. Unless there's Spark, which in that case would be a free click. But it seems like they just want to click Trailblaze again for the kill, which lets me go into Toxapex, and I'm really hoping they click Trailblaze here. And they do end up doing that, which is going to let me get the Terra off, and they're probably just going to click their Wild Charge or Supercell Slam here. I'm going to click Recover. In case they are Wild Charge, me clicking Recover will heal back all my health, and they will die to recoil, hopefully. Maybe after the burn. So I click Recover here, as they just Thunder Wave instead. That's fine. Hopefully I don't get too unlucky with that, but it shouldn't be the end of the world. And at this point I can just Terra Blast Berry to kill them. There's a world I can spam Recover, but A, that uses up a lot of Recover power points, which I might need later, and B, if I get fully parried, it's really bad for me. So I just Terra Blast to kill them, as they Supercell Slam, and down they go. In comes Lunala, huge threat. I have a full health AV Samurott, that's my answer, that's what I'm going into. I can live any specs hit from this, I can live a +1 hit as long as they're not expert built. As they click Thunder, and I barely live it. If they were modest, it's a very low roll to kill me, I'm assuming they were modest. And I think Timid never kills me there. Seedless Edge, they are Colbur Berry, which is bad for me, because now I actually can't revenge kill this with anything else on my team. Bundle doesn't kill it. Quaquaval knockoff would, but I'm slower and just die. So unless I want to endure Custab right now, which I kind of want to save it, I don't want to do that. I do have Sucker Punch, and it's a really risky click here, because if they just Agility on my Sucker Punch, suddenly it's really bad for me. Same with if they Moonlight and get back to their Shadow Shield. But it was a play that I made, and I'm not sure it was the right play, but it worked. If they clicked Agility here, would I have just lost the game? Maybe. My Kyogre would live a hit because I'm AV. And I did have, the Endure Custap Quaquaval, which probably would still... Actually, I already burnt the Colbur, so maybe Knockoff wouldn't even kill if they were at their Shadow Shield again from Moonlight. So I don't know if Sucker Punch was the right play there, but it did work out. That crit did not matter. In comes Toedscruel to get the spin kill, very obviously. And I make the Sucker Punch play here again, because it's such an obvious spin kill play. Although I kind of think going Bundle, living the Rapid Spin and being faster and killing with Ice Beam might have been a better play. It would have saved my Sucker Punch in the back, which could be really helpful for Lilligant, which I'm expecting to be Terra Ghost given its Terra types. Terra Ice doesn't really hit anything, and Terra Fire, you definitely don't want that this matchup. So I'm expecting Terra Ghost, so Sucker Punch could be nice in the back. Although maybe they just don't Terra their Lilligant, I don't know. But anyways, I click Sucker Punch and just sack Samurott to the Rapid Spin kill. So like something in the Sash in the back, Sash Lilligant was something I faced in Mox. Big threat. Can pretty much trade against my entire team at this point. It also really stops the Palafin sweep, which is a problem. Unless I get some bulk ups to live the Leaf Blade. But getting those and staying healthy is going to be rough. Anyways, I go Bundle, I'm Scarf, I'm faster, and Freeze Drive pretty much picks up a kill. Pretty much as in does. Unless they're Yachi Berry Koraidon. Or AV. Out comes Lilligant to Terra Ghost, probably. And I'm going to go into my Max Fizdef Pex. They Terra Ghost, not surprisingly. And they Raw Solar Blade. I could have just stayed in with Bundle and 2-hit KO'd them. But they make the Solar Blade play, which is their strongest move in Toxapex, it seems. Sure, but it gives me a free turn and I can just recover off this damage, knowing they're locked into Solar Blade. And then at this point, they Sunny Day, I Terra Blast just to get some damage on them. They victory dance, as I think I rain dance here. Yep, to get rid of their sun. And they encore me, so they're mono solar blade. My opponent, you might have seen, mentioned they messed up a set. They meant to be leaf blade. Had they been leaf blade, would have been a massive problem. But because they're solar blade, as long as I keep rain up, it's very predictable to play around this thing. I can just switch into Kyogre and then switch into Toxapex. It's really consistent. So, but I am encored, so I do have to switch here. I go bundle because I know that they can't attack this turn. They're either going to victory dance or chlorophyll. Sorry, not chlorophyll. Sunny day. They go for victory dance, which I think is the wrong play. Had they clicked chlorophyll, oh my god, I said it again. Had they clicked sunny day, they would have been faster than my bundle and had a solar blade to click into me. But because they didn't do that, I can just click ice beam for free. Now they are faster than me, so I can't just click hydro pump and kill them, because they'll just get rid of my rain and I suddenly won't kill them. I flip turn instead. I think that was probably a misplay. I could have just ice beamed, gotten a lot of damage off. But anyways, I go Kyogre so that they can't solar blade. They sunny day as I ice beam again. I didn't click water move because they're just going to click sunny day. And then I go Toxapex to take the solar blade. They kill my Toxapex. I don't really have a play I can make here. I could use my Endure Custap on this, I suppose, but I don't think I need my Toxapex. I think between Max Fizdef Kyogre and Scarf Bundle and my Palafin and my Quaquaval, I can handle Koraidon. So down goes Toxapex, and I bring in Kyogre to kill with Ice Beam. They can set up Sunny Day, that's fine. In comes Walking Wake, who really doesn't do that much damage to me. But at this point I see Speed Booster, so I know Quaquaval will live any hit, except for Specs Draco, and if there's Specs Draco, then I can set up with Palafin. So I go Quaquaval. I can live any hit, I do. I can click Endure here to live the next one. And I can get my Custap Reversal off, as long as they're not Aqua Jet, which they're not. Down goes Walking Awake. I get my Moxie Boost, and I stay in here just to guarantee they cannot click Swords Dance this turn. As long as they don't click Swords Dance, Kyogre will trade into them. They Scale Shot, and I make a bit of a misplay here. My Iron Bundle is faster here. I can Ice Beam, do 60%, and then there's nothing they can do to win the game from that point. I can always just go Kyogre, take any hit, and kill with my Ice Beam. And if they Swords Dance on my Iron Bundle, I just faster and I kill the next turn. Unless there's Scarf Scale Shot, and in that case, Palafin and Kyogre would beat them. So I go Kyogre instead, which gives them a Swords Dance turn. Now, my Kyogre can take a +2 hit from this. I'm Max Fizdef. Ice Beam will 2-hit KO it. They go for Scale Shot. They get a crit, but they only get 4 hits. And I Ice Beam to kill them. So I win the game. Now, if they got another crit Scale Shot, they would have been faster than Bundle, and obviously faster than Palafin. I don't have Jet Punch. My Palafin dies to +2 Scale Shot. Bundle dies to anything. I would have lost the game if they got another crit Scale Shot. Now, they would have needed 5 hits and 2 crits. They would have had to get very lucky and hit the move. So it would have been very unlikely for me to lose there, but going Bundle would have guaranteed the win. So I think that was the play. And also, if they were Yachi Berry and I didn't 2-hit KO with Ice Beam, I would have done 30 and then 60. They would have been at 10% left and had 2 Scale Shot boosts. Now, they wouldn't be loaded dice in that point, so they would have had to get even luckier. But definitely something I should have thought about at the time and not right afterwards. But we win the game, 3-0. Palafin didn't do anything, I just led with it and switched out. I just never really had an opportunity to set up this game. Maybe I could have just set up with it in front of Toadscruel, but if they were like Leaf Storm, it would have done a lot of damage. So I don't know. I won the game either way. Had Lilligant been Leaf Blade, would have been a different game for sure. I think its damage output into Toxapex would have been much lower, so I could have even just stayed in and Terra Blast, traded against it. But yeah, definitely would have been different. Probably would have had to sack some mons or use Quacklevolt earlier. But if they had enough victory dances, then my knockoff uh, might not have been doing enough damage. I don't know. But that's the game. Either way, we win. GG's to my opponent. And we move on to semifinals, where I have no good matchups left. Every team that is left, I feel like, is very strong into mine. I was the first game of the week, so I don't know who I'm playing. But no matter what, it's going to be a rough matchup for semis. And quite a few rematches, so could be some potential for a rematch, yeah. But thanks for watching. If heavyweight's all you care about, you can click off, but we're moving on to middleweight, where I'm facing Jam, a rematch, who I 6-0'd in 10 turns in the regular season, with Dragon Dance Roaring Moon with Clear Amulet to be immune to Sinistra's Strength Sap and to Incineroar's Intimidate. Not bringing that set again, because I think my opponent will prepare for that, either by bringing Girder with Mach Punch, or some other set on like a Clef maybe, or Terra Fairy Sinistra, probably changing a set there. Or maybe Scarf Cincino, Terra Fairy, I don't know. But I'm bringing a very similar team to last time, so let's take a look. I had Pasho Berry Venusaur last time for Jet Punch Palafin. I changed it to Charcoal because I didn't think Palafin was showing up this time around. I'm now realizing I didn't reveal my team last time we played because I only revealed my Roaring Moon set. So I'll let you know what changed and what's the same. This is the exact same set except I put on Charcoal instead of Pasho Berry. My Klefki set, I have Switcheroo Lagging Tail to help against sweepers like Double Dance Thunderous, Tidy Up Cincino, and even like Nasty Plot Deoxys. Spikes because they're spikes. Foul Play because it's good into Excadrill, and Palafin and Deoxys, and Cincino. And I have Metal Sound as my last move, which beats Calm Mind Clef and Calm Mind Sinistra. Beat as in it lets something else on my team beat it. They will still beat me. But if I can just Metal Sound them, get them to -6 BDF, I can always Revenge Kill them with one of my special attackers. Next up, Walking Wake. I was Specs last time I switched to Mystic Water. I didn't, because I switched to Banded Moon, so I didn't want to have two mons locked into Dragon moves when I'm likely facing two Fairy types. So I have Hydro Steam with Mystic Water Boost. I'm Speed Booster because I'm Attack Booster Moon. I have Draco, which, oops, that's what they brought. Spoilers. I have Draco in case they're Terra Water Sinistra, because Hydro Steam into Draco will kill them. I have Dragon Tail to help out against, again, Terra Water or Steel Sinistra, but also some other set of sweepers. And then Flip Turn, just to pivot around, because I don't think I need a fire move this game. Next up, Roaring Moon, Banded, Jolly, because I want to be faster than Cincino. I just max attack with a bit of defense to help and take a hit maybe from Cincino, take a Mach Punch a bit better, take a Jet Punch a bit better, or take a Superpower a bit better. Banded Dragonclaw in the Sun is a decent chance at 2-KOing Girder, Fizdef Girder with EV Light. After a Spike, it always kills. Now, if they take a Dragonclaw and realize they die to the next one, they probably go into their Fairy type, and at that point I need to make a play. But it gives me really good damage on Girder at the very least. Then I have Knockoff, generally good into the team. Not great resists, and the resists don't love getting knocked off. Except maybe Clef. And then I have Earthquake. The team's very ground weak. Their only resist is a Thunderous, a Cutie Fly, and maybe like I guess Sinistra before Terra. But Banded Earthquake in the Sun, just 2 KOs, even like Clef and Sinistra and like Palafin. So it's a good neutral hit into the team, and then a U-turn, which is another play into Girder. If I don't have the spike up and don't want to risk the roll, I can click U-turn on Girder and bring in Enam, which is the last Pokemon on my team, as you'll see. I brought Ninetales, boring old set, Speed Ties Palafin, max HP to take like a Elite Deoxys hit. I got Weather Ball, Encore's there for Sinistra, Baton Pass to pivot out, and then Healing Wish to heal something up. And last up, my win con in Enamorous. I am Weakness Policy. I have enough speed for max speed drill, and I have some defense and a modest nature. I had a lot more defense and a lot less speed earlier, just enough for speeding Deoxys after an agility, but I figured being faster than drill, figuring drill probably wants to run max speed for Tusk would be good. So I have agility, iron defense with weakness policy, and then Moonblast Earth power. The idea is their only answer to Enam typically would be an Excadrill. I can just iron defense in front of it, take 40 or 50% from the iron head, activate my weakness policy, and then Earth power will kill it. Best case scenario, I agility as drill switches in, then iron defense, and now I'm +2, +2, +2, +2. And at that point, I probably just win the game. Depending on like if Palafin's here and Sun's not up, Jet Punch might kill me, or Unaware Clef also just beats the set, but I think Clef is really pressured from the rest of my team, so I think we should be okay. What do we see? The same 6 as last time, so no Palafin, no Incineroar, which is really nice for like Enam. I'm gonna lead. Do I lead Clef here or Ninetales here? I don't remember. I think I lead Ninetales. No, I lead Roaring Moon, of course. How did I forget this turn? I lead Roaring Moon. I figured, okay, I live at Deoxys unless they're like Life Orb Superpower. If they lead Deoxys, I will go Klefki. And then lead Moon pretty much beats everything else. I could just U-turn on whatever if they lead Clef or Sinistcha. But they lead Thunderous, which is fine with me. I'm just going to click Knockoff because nothing really wants to take Knockoff. If their Scarf, Focus Blast will not kill me. So I click Knockoff, I'm Choice Band, and they die. The Respects would have been really good into my team. My Electric Resists are not good. I didn't bring Tusk. So getting that thing gone early is great. It also means after Sinistcha Terras, there's really no Earthquake switching, so it's really easy to lock into Banded Earthquake in the Sun after Sinistcha Terras. Speaking of Sinistcha Terraing, it's happening right now. This is the most obvious Terra Fairy of all time. I'm going to switch. I just go Ninetales here to Encore. Calm Mind is what I'm expecting. But they Terra Fairy and just click Shadow Ball, which was interesting to me. I would have been able to knock this thing off for pretty much free. Shadow Ball would not have done much damage to Moon, but I was not going to risk a Terra Blast Fairy into my Roaring Moon. So I go Ninetales. They get the drop, which is fine. I was going to switch this turn anyways, given that they Shadow Balled. Had they clicked Calm Mind, I of course would have Encored. I go Venusaur this turn, because I can take a Shadow Ball and then threaten Sludge Bomb, or even Weather Ball to a KOs even with Heat Proof. They Trick Room though, which is fine. I can still trade against this thing. I'm expecting them to want to switch, not taking a Sludge Bomb and just dying to like Life Orb Sludge Bomb. And Muck is like the most obvious switch in ever to Venusaur here. I'm gonna Terra Fire Weather Ball, and it should 2 a KO unless they're like max spit FAV. They're max spit FAV, which is fine, which means they're not gonna do much damage to me, and I can kind of just trade against it. They knock me off. A little unfortunate actually, that is gonna matter in some rolls later on in the game, as you'll see. I lose my Charcoal. And Weather Ball, it's also gonna make it so I don't 2 a KO this Muck. So at this point I'm gonna switch out. I go Klefki as a Drain Punch. They get some health back, which is kind of unfortunate actually. I want to keep this thing in range of 2 more Weather Balls, but if they get like another Drain Punch or 2 back, they're gonna be out of range. This turn I think I can just click Spike. And I actually really like this play that I made here. I click Spike as Drill comes in, which is making a really obvious spin play here. I could Foul Play and get some good damage on them, or I could go Walking Wake. I'm Speed Booster, so I'll still be faster after the Rapid Spin boost, and I can get a Hydro Steam off, which is pretty much a guaranteed kill on the team unless they're Spit F Clef, which I still want to know what that Clef set is. So we go Walking Wake on a suspected spin. If they're Banded Earthquake and kill me here, really unfortunate, but then I can set up with the Enam and probably win the game unless they're Unaware Clef. Again, I need to figure out what this Clef is. But they do just click Rapid Spin. I'm faster and I can get a Hydro Steam off. Muck comes in, takes 28, and then since Sun ends, Flip Turn will kill this now, because I'm Mystic Water and the Sun's not up to weaken Flip Turn. So Flip Turn's a really free click here. I either get a kill and can get Sun back up, or I get momentum, like on this Deoxys here. Getting damage on this is fantastic. It means it's going to die to Moonblast. It's going to die to Weather Ball, although it already died to Weather Ball, probably. Ninetales lives a hit here, unless they're Life Orb Psycho Boost, and if they are, I can just go Walking Wake and get another Hydro Steam off and get a kill. I click Baton Pass here, I believe. They knock off, but it's after I get the sun up, so I still have 8 turns of sun. I Baton Pass out into Walking Wake, and Hydro Steam's pretty much gonna get a kill here. They sack Muck, not surprising, and bring in Clefable. I need to figure out what this thing set is. If they are like max defensive, I live on Moonblast. It does 80% max. So I'm gonna Hydro Steam. If they're Fizz-Def, I 2 KO. If they're Spadef, I don't. But I think it's still the right play. So I Hydro Steam. They're pretty Spadef, but not max Spadef, which means that they're gonna die to Earthquake in the sun after this turn here. Walking Wake does die to Moonblast, which tells me they have a little bit of special attack, or they might even be Magic Card Life Orb. I make a bit of a bad play here. I go Venusaur because I'm calculating. Okay, Spadef Clef dies to Weather Ball, 54% min. Forgot I lost my Charcoal. They sack Drill. And then they go Dio, which like I'm faster than. I'm just gonna Weather Ball this. They Superpower because they're Scarf, surprisingly, which they were last time too, but they brought it again. They don't kill me because they didn't have Psycho Boost or they were fully physical, I don't know. And they died of Weather Ball. And at this point, they go into their Clefable, which I thought I killed. I don't. I lost my Charcoal, and they Moonlight all their health back. So I got 2 kills out of this somehow. They could have just stayed in and stalled out Sun, although given what happens the next turn, it doesn't matter. They just get crit by Weather Ball. I think I was in a very good spot anyways. I have a lot to stop Calm Mind Sinistra or Calm Mind Clef. I have Metal Sound, which pretty much is going to beat both of them, although they can switch out. I have Trick to slow them down with a Lagging Tail. I have Encore with Ninetales. I have a Max HP Enam, which, to be honest, probably loses to both of these guys with Calm Mind. So forget Enam. But I think I was in a good spot nonetheless. Maybe going and killing this Clef with Moon instead would have been a better play. That would have let in Sinistra. And at that point, I'd probably just go Clef Key and Trick at the Lagging Tail. Or maybe click Encore with Ninetales, I don't know. But, yeah, at this point, Clef dies to crit. Sinistra is not really going to be able to 1v5. I can go Clef Key, guaranteed get the Lagging Tail off, which is going to make it slower. And then between Venusaur, Moon, Enam, and Encore Ninetales, I should be able to handle this thing, you'd think. They Trick Room up, I switch Roo, which means they're always going to be slower than all of my team, whether Trick Room is up or not. They Shadow Ball, does some good damage. I Metal Sound, I hit, which is nice, dropping their Spadef by 2, which means they're just going to die to any move on my team, pretty much. Except for, like, Ninetales Weather Ball that won't quite kill. I go Enam, because I want to preserve Differential for no reason. Even though Trick Room's up, I'm still faster, because I Trick Lagging Tail and Moonblast drops them. So we win the game. A little closer than our last game against Jam. The crit was nice, but I think I was in a good spot anyways. I think I played pretty well. I think I brought a good team. Really happy with the Klefki set. I've been absolutely loving this Pokemon. It's so good. It has so much utility. It's really helpful in stopping sweepers with Prankster T-Wave, funny switcheroo sets like this, and screens. And then, you know, the 1 week I brought to set up also got a sweep, which was nice. Really enjoying Klefki. Enam doing something. It doesn't really fit on this team, but it got a kill. We'll take it. Ninetales is really good. Venusaur did like 300% to this team, and then Banded Moon just led and clicked knockoff and killed, which was really nice. Had I had Ironhead in this late game, it would have been really nice with just the 2 fairies left. But I didn't opt to bring Ironhead. I thought U-turn was more helpful for Girder to be able to switch out on that. But we won. So that's what matters. So we're heading to semis in both Ubers and regular PAL decks. Some scary matchups ahead, especially in this division. I know I said the Ubers ones were bad, but I'm third place, which means I'm gonna face second place if both first and second win. And my matchup against the second place team's quite poor. They made some trades. They beat me in the regular season, and they made trades which made my matchup even worse. So I'm kind of praying on first or second to lose, to be honest. Sorry, guys. But yeah, really bad matchup into both first and second. And then I'm third, so I'm guaranteed to play second if they both win. Or if they both lose, then I get to play the lowest seed. So I don't know what'll happen, but I'll see you next week for those matchups. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye bye.